Um, we got a new episode again of Right Turn Garage TV, and yeah, it's a cloudy one. Yep, those sunflower birds, you got coated. Remember how I said that bondo is great for a skim coat, makes your surfaces nice and level, makes them flat. Whenever you go to paint, you want a nice flat surface, right? Now we knew we had bondo in the quarter panel. That is not the all intent purposes of bondo. That's a 1/4 inch thick. And it was in multiple, you know what? I'm just going to show you. It's ridiculous. So for some reason, I ground this part out so I could use the stud gun. There was no bondo here, none. It started right about here-ish. Here's the damage, right there. Right here, there, there. And a little scrape right here. But we have bondo from here to here-ish. Now, I understand you cannot put it exactly where the damage is. I get that. This is a little deeper section. I just don't, it seems like 8 pounds of bondo to do like, yeah. And I mean, there was no stud gun used. There was no dolly and hammer used, because you know the trunk is like right here. You can take out that spare, and guess what? You can probably get to 90% of that metal from the inside of the trunk. Or you can try a stud gun, like we're probably going to try, because that right there is in a really not so gooder spot. So yeah, that lip, we're going to get as much of it out. We're going to do some very hard pulls on it. That may have to be, I might have to weld some on it, because I really don't want, bondo all through the lip. They had bondo clear up all over the lip, and it just, help me help you understand. I don't know. So I knew I was going to be doing this mess tonight. I went to the local parts store and grabbed one of these. This is like, you call them a flap disc or something like that. You'll find it in the auto body section at your local parts store, either AutoZone or O'Reilly's. This one come from AutoZone. I just don't understand how in the world, you left this big ding, you left that, but I'm not kidding you, this was smooth. This was real smooth. Like, wow, smooth. Baby's butt smooth. I just don't get it. Now, being as that I'm not very educated with a hammer, I don't know, we might pop the trunk and try to get these out just a little bit. In fact, you know what, let's go ahead and do that. Let's try to pound them out from the inside, because I always heard you want to take dents out the way that they went in or something. I don't know what that means, but I heard that once, I think. And I have heard this numerous times, that metal has a memory. To my understanding, metal has a memory, means it wants to go back to its original form that it was made. And it's pretty much true. Also, guys, get on Amazon or something, get you one of these. Look at this crap. I was not even grinding for like 15 minutes. Yeah. Looks like a scene from Scarface, you know what I mean? It's just not good. I don't know. But we're gonna pop the trunk. I'm gonna have to pull that crap out. So give me a few minutes. We're gonna see if we can't locate where it's all not pretty, and somewhere I've got body hammers that I bought from Harbin Freight, and we're going to try to do something like that. I don't know, but we're going to try it. We're going to try it together. Hopefully I don't shake you guys to death like I did the other night, which was last week, according to this footage. I don't like dust, and apparently it don't like me. So excuse me and pardon me on that. But anyway, give me a few minutes. I'm gonna pull the stuff out of the trunk, pull the spare out, and then I'll get a flashlight that way so you can see and I can see and we can see. Just give me a few minutes, all right? We'll be back there and Bar will do shimmy it, all right? All right, guys. What I've discovered is one little spot down here. All right, guys, what I discovered is right down here, they used an old type gun before they come up with the little weld things that weld in and you pull with a slide hammer. They used a screw type gun, and you can see the holes that they bondoed in. So that's why none of this has that, because they said, you know what, let's just mud it and send it. But I'm gonna try, I can see, and that right there was my first dead giveaway. You guys see those things there? That's where they bondoed and sent it. However, right here is a pretty good sized ding. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna try a couple different hammers. I'm not really sure. I think I want one of these hammers that has like a bellowed end, like curved maybe. If there is such a critter, I'm not sure. If nothing else, I'm just gonna try to take this right here on the inside and just kind of, you know, give it a little tap, tap, taparoo. So that's what we're going to do right here, right now. You guys can be my eyewitnesses if it actually works. I've seen people use these. I'm not really, I know it does something with the metal, so we're just going to hold it still maybe. All right. All right, we're going to go for it. And of course there's a wire perfectly right in the way. Darn it. Okay, so that did not work at all. Kind of stinks. Maybe down here. All right, guys, I ain't gonna lie, disappointed. But luckily for us, I do have a stud gun and I can pull this stuff. Hopefully I can pull all that out. That's going to be a masterpiece. I'm going to use the big studs on that one because she is she's going to be a bear, I think. Now I think I found a way to set you guys to where you can actually see how I do this. So hopefully you guys can see better, okay? If I just twist you the right way, right like that. Let me see, does that look at it? Somewhere like that? Okay. Now, I'll show you how I was doing it last night, and hopefully it still works today. You definitely have to use more than one stud. Don't forget your slide hammer. So, we're gonna slip that right there in the end. The little knobby thing out. And you press the machine in And wait till she sparks real good at you and just scares the tar right out of you. But we're going to plant a few of these real quick. See if we can't just start working this baby out. And that's our goal. We want to work this sucker out as good as we can to eliminate the bondo usage. Darn it. Something. Maybe my. So, fun little fact. I learned last night that this hose reel actually has a reset button right here. I was using my welder, which you're not supposed to do, on that particular thing, and it popped the breaker in it. So, all right, let me set up a few more. So, nonetheless, I found out that I just had a breaker popped on it. It's resettable. How cool! All right, so we'll do that. What in the world is going on here, boys? Nothing. Nothing at all. Okay. So apparently it's got to be super, super clean. I don't know if you guys saw that at all because I might have it pointed up too much. It has to be super, super clean metal in order to use it like that, okay? Again, just... And we're just going to go ahead and pop a few more. Right there. If I didn't knock you guys, yep, I sure did. Sorry, I'm a big old behemoth. Let's just, you know what? Let's just roll with this for a second. Maybe you guys can see it tonight without getting bounced around, okay? So, yesterday, I was putting this on here like this, rolling that thing up, rolling that back like this, letting it catch some tension, holding right here, and then just... Okay, so that did this kind of number, right? Not a big deal. Because you can reuse these, I found out last night. If you can open the darn thing. But that's what happens whenever you don't get it deep enough penetrated in there. I was kind of worried that it did and didn't. But I'm gonna try it again. Go for it again, all right? So that, right there. Just gonna see what happens there. I'll probably end up ripping it out because I'm not getting a real good contact down there. I think I need to clean it a little better. Yeah, and I tried to reuse that. When in doubt, get another one. They make more, and it's worth it. The tip of this is going to be hot, by the way. Don't let me fool you. Come on, you son of a gun. There we go. That one's probably going to rip out too. I just got that old-fashioned feeling. Especially since, you know, you guys are watching now. But anyway, on these quarter panels, you don't want to do, actually on any of it, you just want to do small pulls. You do big pulls, and you still got body work to do once you pull out too much. Oh. Dang it. Okay. So apparently they're being, you know, not so gooder to work with. Maybe I'm not letting it bake enough. But that right there is what the end is looking like. So It tells you I'm only getting that much penetration. I might have to hold it a little bit longer. Let me try it without you guys watching for a second. And I promise you I'm going to do it this way. Just give me a few minutes and we're going to see if we can't pop them out. And I'll show you what progress I've been doing. Just let me try this one right here. This one got good. This one looks like it did pretty good. Now this is a pretty deep dent. But I think that it's going to be an easier one to pull just because. Shoot. Okay, well, I don't know what's going on. I might have to let it penetrate the metal better because none of those stuck. Give me a few minutes, guys. We're gonna figure it out, all right? I'll figure it out and we'll come right back to this exact same spot. I'll try the smaller ones. We'll go from there, all right? All right, so I don't know how many of you guys and gals have done body work out there, but let me tell you, it's a bear pulling these dents the correct way and all this. I'll just show you what I've got, and I'm telling you, I think I got at least like 3 more hours just in this quarter panel. I mean, look, these are the number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I mean, at 7 right there was one that pulled out just to get this dent out of the quarter, and then this crease. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and we're going to at least need one more for this little fella right next to it. So we're going to have 10 just in this crease, probably another one right here, and then this fella right here. This was another one, and that got most of this dent out. I'm very happy with that. That's a deep one. I don't know. Some of these, whew, not gonna lie, I don't know how I'm gonna get all of that out of there. I doubt that I do. So we're just gonna have to get at least, I want at least 90% of these dings and dangs done. But you know, that right there is a real sharp ding. So I'm gonna try to get back in the trunk another day to get that one, and I'm going to try to get this one from the inside just a little bit better than that, because that is a hard ding. And then unfortunately this fella up here, I mean, you see how many I have here, and it seems like, I mean, whenever I got this one, it just seems like there's a sweet spot on these dents. And right now I can see one of you body guys saying, yep, I know what he's talking about. And whenever this one finally popped up, this one started pulling out. This one I think was the one that really brought it. And then, you know, so on and so forth. I don't know really where to start on these dents. Like I say, I'm learning with you guys. So, you know, I'm winging it. That's what's happening here. But this right here, I'm so happy with. That one's deep, but these are almost flush. And well, I gotta grind that down. But I mean, the metal itself is pretty close to flush. So I'm really happy with that. But yeah, there's some more dingage right in here. These I feel comfortable with cutting off. That one, not so much. This right here is going to be a little problem area. That, and I think I can get that one. That really started to pull pretty hard whenever I put these bigger studs in here. And I really just wally mopped them pretty good. So, FYI, it has to be completely paint and rust free before it will like weld the little stud to it. If not, you're not getting good penetration, and you're going to end up with like 2 smacks of that slide hammer and it ending up on the floor stuck in the slide hammer itself. You can cut these off with a side cut instead of these, you know, side snips, whatever you call them. And then you can grind the rest of them down with a little grinder. So needless to say, old Dad's going to be going to Harbin East Freight, picking up some more good stuff. And we're praying that, you know, like, he didn't do any more body work. The rest of the car looked really, really super solid. And I was all the way around it, underneath it, pretty much in every spot on it. So this right here is absolutely the problem child, right here. So I'm absolutely happy to be tackling it now, along with the hood. But yeah, this, I mean, these actually feel really good. I'm really, really super happy with those. Because that was actually kind of a, you know, this has still got a little bit of an indentation to it. So whenever you pull this out, it may not pull this. You may have to weld, you know, cut these out and put little ones right next to it, pull it out piece by piece. Like I say, these have a sweet spot. Whenever you guys use this stud gun, well, not mine, your own stud gun, but whenever you use these stud guns, I promise you, you're going to see it. It's going to seem like it almost suddenly pops and you see the panel come out. I also want to mention the reason why I didn't take this out, see I still have a low spot here, was because I'm using this as a reference to where this quarter panel lines up. See I still have a low spot here. This is perfect, perfect, not so gooder, not so gooder, and we're good again. So I want the same consistency. And if I didn't have this piece on, I wouldn't really know that that right there is just a little bit of a low spot. So we're going to take care of that. And then we're going to put, I am going to take this off before we paint it. All that stuff will be off. And so we can get to all this bondoage that they, you know, did. But I'm glad this happened because this right here is really deep, nasty rust. You know, it's been there for decades probably. So what we can do now is really work into that, grind her down, and put a good primer on it, or a rust inhibitor, something like that, to actually stop and eat this rust up. You know, that way, so this old gal, she's around for, you know, 40, 30 more years, you know, long before, you know, maybe the girls will like them and drive them, and or just set them in a garage and say that was Dad's car, whatever, you know. But anyway, I hope this helped you guys. Just remember this. I have been working on this, see, I got home 8:45-ish. And it's 11:16. So I've been working on this ever since I got home, and that's all the further I got. I don't consider it a loss, I consider it a victory, because I'm eliminating the amount of mud in this panel. It's going to be fairly straight. I'm shooting for perfect. You aim small, you miss small. So we're going to aim for perfection, and if it comes out real close, we're calling that a victory. Same with this here. I probably have another at least hours worth of work pulling these things out. And don't get in a rush. That's the one thing I promise you in body work you can absolutely positively not do. If you want it to look good, you cannot rush. What's underneath shows up on top. Black shows everything. This car's going back black, much like that one. That one does have some flaws in it. Mainly, it was my first one I had done since high school. So, and you know, overall, it turned out really good. But there is flaws. There's a few dents that I forgot to fix that I didn't see. We're going to be using quite a bit of different primers and fillers. We're going to use a primer feather filler. I believe that's what they call it. And we're going to go over it. It's a real thick primer. We're going to probably do most of the car in it. We're going to block it. We're going to try to make sure she is flat as flat can be. That's our goal. And we were probably going to end up watching an old Herdman's Garage, and I think that's what he calls it. Yeah, my buddy Delmer, he's pretty daggone slick at all that stuff, so he's going to give me pointers and not even know it. But anyway, y'all check him out. He's on YouTube also. It's HURDMAINES. He's pretty knowledgeable, pretty smart fella, worth a watch. He's got all kind of videos building a turboed square body S10. He's kind of my hero right now. But anyway, guys, this, just don't be in a rush. Don't be in a rush, and know what you're doing is actually a lot better than just slapping her full of mud. You should not be making quarter panels out of plastic. That's just, I mean, filling them full of mud, that's just not a good idea. Plus it makes your car weigh more. So this will have mud in it, but it will be a thin cover coat, just to hide any imperfections I couldn't get. You know, from the factory they come with the skim coat. It's so thin, it's like paper thin at the end whenever you get done sanding it and all this good jazz, block sanding it. So that's my babble and my battle at the same time. Hopefully this works and works good for you guys. And I think, pretty sure this is the Thanksgiving episode, so you guys enjoy your turkey day, be safe in your travels, and we'll see you next time here on Right Turn Garage TV. But before I go, hold on. Let's just, before you eat that turkey and all that good jazz, or maybe it's Black Friday, I don't know. Since you're out and about, why don't you just hit the subscribe button down there somewhere. You know, like button, whatever. Got any questions, send me a, you know, whatever. And as always, guys, I appreciate every single one of you. You guys make my day. Whenever you give me a little comment in there, hit the like button, subscribing, telling your friends, I appreciate it. And you guys have a great holiday. We'll see you next time here on Right Turn Garage TV.